So as
Yeah.
a guy, they aren't gonna say anything, right?
We suffer, as women, we suffer from that.
Okay, well, what about Chick-fil-A? No, anything but Chick-fil-A. You want to order pizza? No, pizza's gross. See, I thought you said anything.
My girl vibe just wants to talk about the problems. A little baby McNutt, that looks way cuter than that.
Yeah, so...
Stop trying to post.
I have to post.
But we're doing something. I cooked dinner last night, I gotta post, so you just sit there and watch me slave away. We're trying to film something, I gotta post.
Wait, what?
You can schedule
Yeah,
one.
inside Instagram, I did see something different.
No, I did not know that. I'm about to look at it. All right. What do you want to talk about today, babe? Last time we talked about the
Just
importance of finding
quality
interest.
time.
We weren't prepared. Everybody else is prepared on what they're talking about today, and then we don't have shit.
Try living my life.
I do live your life.
We're stronger together. So what makes us stronger together?
Now we're not prepared, so we're setting a bad example
Brian,
for the rest
I don't
of the team.
care.
They were all prepared today.
Look
Everybody's
at Jeremiah's
ready.
face. Does he think he gives a shit? He's giving me the thumbs up.
Everybody's ready.
Oh my god.
And
Listen!
yeah, make sure that you're taking time for each other. What are you doing? How do you leave in the middle of we're filming here?
What, my
This is
phone went
live.
off. My phone went off. And I
Golly,
wanted to be professional.
That shows how addicted to our phones we are. They just go off and then just boom, boom, boom.
No, I didn't read it.
Previous episode, we talked about the importance of asking, how was your day?
Yeah.
Right? That's very general. We have been working on lately doing better at really talking about how we feel, right? So as
Yeah.
a guy, most men do not talk about truly what they're going through.
Correct.
Or how they're doing emotionally.
Right.
They don't do it. It's just not a guy thing, right?
Guy.
A man on the inside can be absolutely stressed out to the max and really suffering, but typically they aren't gonna say anything, right?
Right.
So lately,
And then we suffer, as women, we suffer from that.
lately we've been talking about really trying to do better at communicating how something is truly making you feel.
Yes.
Right? And so I feel like just in the past few weeks, that's made a huge difference.
Well, I felt like finally I really get to know like what's going on in here beyond the surface. I think it was just like an epiphany of like, okay, if I were to just take the time and deal with what's going on through my head, but also deal with it out loud with my partner, then that person can really truly understand why you may have acted the way you did or said the things you did, what's really going on inside of you. And I think for women, it's much easier for us to just like word vomit because we have this like gossip gene, just like we're born with it and we just love to talk about our feelings. But men never want to sit down and talk about their feelings, and they may be present, but mentally they're like thinking about a million other things to do. So I think you guys aren't born with that. Unfortunately, I wish they were, but you're not. So you have to work hard on actually being present and being willingly sit there and open up about what is really icking you, or maybe you're just going through something. But I really feel as though post those conversations that we've had this week at home, in our personal space, it's really grown our relationship. Even 6 years later, it's grown our relationship just this week, knowing that we can now have this outlet again.
Yeah, and I think it helps allow the other person to understand again really where the other one is coming from.
Yeah.
And understanding that, how do you really feel about this situation, right? So
Because I'm also a chameleon, and I know I'm not the only one, but sometimes I don't want to make the decisions, so then I'll just go and agree and go along with what he says most of the time, because it's easier for me, because it's hard for me to make decisions. But then in reality, I wish I would have voiced my opinion louder, or even made the decision if he's given me an opportunity
which
to do
is
so.
why I'm helping you in that area, because you may say you make the decision, but then there's times too where you say, I feel like you make all the decision. Helping you grow in the area of, you know what, no, you make this decision, even if it's a small one, right? So what do you want, what do you want to eat? You decide what you want to eat, because just like the typical female, here's what a woman will do, right?
Hey, tread
all
lightly,
of you
tread
guys out-
lightly.
All guys will know, and Jeremiah's gonna shake his head like this when I say this because he knows, right? What do you want to eat? Oh, I don't care. Okay, well, let's go to Dave's Hot Chicken. No, I really don't want that. Okay, well, what about Chick-fil-A? No, anything but Chick-fil-A. You want to order pizza? No, pizza's gross. See, I thought you said anything, right? But then everything you name, they're automatically going to say, no, I'm not feeling that. Allowing or helping enable you to make those decisions. So,
because then I feel good, and then I don't feel like you control every situation and you make all the decisions. I have little women in my head that are like, just let him choose, just let him choose. But then at the end of the day, I'm not always satisfied with what what you choose.
Should be most of the time, but no, it's important. So just make sure that you're laying a platform to really truly express how one is feeling and how you're dealing with certain things, because that's another thing. Like life is stressful. We all know this. Everybody's going through different stresses, right? One of the things that we've been battling with lately that has been tough is we do and manage a lot, and there's times, although we're in it, we're running through it, we're very appreciative, we love what we do, but then there's those times where it kind of catches up with you for a week, and it kind of just beats you down, and you have to let all of that stuff out or it'll break you. And so making sure too that you're allowing each other the time to vent out what you're going through during stressful moments or during things that are causing a lot of pressure. Sometimes just speaking that stuff out will help. So working on that together.
Yeah, because for us in our situation, when it's stressful, which it is sometimes, we tend to remain stressed separately, and I hope that makes sense.
Like dealing with it on our own.
On our own, right? And so this week and the past weeks, we've been trying to remain stressed together at an even level, and then talking through it so that at the end of the day, we are actually becoming stronger together versus weaker apart. Yeah, you like that?
I like that.
Stronger together instead of weaker apart. Because he may be going through the same stresses as me, but I go through them in a different way. He's going through the same thing, but yet we're not communicating about that stress. We're just stressed. Ryan's also very good at, sometimes my girl vibe just wants to talk about the problems and not really provide solutions at the same time. He is okay with talking about the problems for a small minute of that conversation, but then immediately let's go into the solution. If this is stressing you out, let's change it. Let's do something to fix it. And part of me is sometimes not in the mood to find problems for my issues. I just want to talk about my issues. Yeah, solutions to my issues. I've really been allowing myself to vent for a minute, but then also come up with a solution right away, so then it's no more a problem.
And you know what I'm most proud of us for? And then I think this is the tip out of this, right?
Yeah.
So we're shedding light on what we've been going through, but here's where I think the takeaways are. Is you notice we're saying all of this has been a focus the past few weeks. Now after almost seven years, right? This year will be 7 years.
Yeah.
We are strategically working on how to still be better together, right? And work together and understand each other. And I think that's missed a lot. Typically when you are together that long period of time, you're not still trying to develop and grow on how you can work with each other and make your relationship stronger.
Right.
So I think that's a big takeaway, and that's something that I really think that we've done a great job at.
Yes.
It's not staying in the situation, but making these major efforts to sit down and change things and even build our bond even stronger so that we can perform stronger and better in life.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge
Because
thing.
I think society also just, you put in the work before you get married, and then like you put in the work maybe like a year after you get married, and then you just think that everything's gonna stay the same, but your variables around your life and your day-to-day, they don't stay the same, so why should you? And you're the way you communicate, the way you act, the way you treat.
So the takeaway from this episode is open up a platform to communicate, guys especially, because we'll hold it in. Communicate so that you understand where each person is coming from. Number two, no matter how long, actually you should consistently be developing ways to work and understand each other more. That's gonna help keep that relationship bonded and help through hard situations. Number three, empower each other to the ability to make decisions, right? And push each other to help make decisions. And
Even though we know what we want to eat.
yeah, just say what you want to eat, please, because that shit just gets stressful.
I think we're just born that way.
Yeah, you guys are born a lot of ways that don't make no sense at all, but we're here, and us guys go through it, and we have to go through it, and Yeah.
Through
so
it.
on another note, we'll just end it with another thing that relationships can do to be strong together. How cute is this little guy right here? It's Roku. Watch Mandalorian season 3 coming out in 2 weeks.
Maybe you'll see a little baby McNutt that looks way cuter than that.
Yeah, so we're trying that too. Let's go
Yeah.
into that on the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll go into a little bit of what we're dealing with and what we're going through.
What's underneath the surface, because
Yeah.
you don't know what anyone's going through beyond what they allow you to see. So
Yeah.
I think that's a great
We'll let 'em-
semi-intro into the next video.
Yeah, and we'll let it out. We'll kind of
We'll air it out.
what we've been dealing, in this process of trying to bring in a little Groku in the world. we'll let you guys in on what we're going through and what we're dealing with in that situation. I know it's going to be very relatable.
Yeah, for sure.
And so some of the things that we're doing and kind of what's ahead for us in that journey. So
thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe.
subscribe.
Below.
Hopefully take something
See,
away from
I'm
this.
trying to lead.
Lead, my love. Wrap it up. Close this out. I just want to plug one thing, okay?
Plug it in. Plug it in.
The One Source content. This is on our One Source channel.
Well, yeah.
But I want to plug McNuts About Disney too. So we also, have a channel if you do love Disney or the Star Wars stuff or any of that. McNuts About Disney is a YouTube channel that we have where we vlog all of our passions and stuff about that, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny and it's interesting, and I bring a lot of life to it and help keep her young and energetic, and I make sure that we constantly have funny dialogue going on. So it's really cool. So make sure you check that out and
Yeah,
subscribe
you
too.
stumbled on your words because they were all fake, huh?
Close us out.
Okay,